In the quiet moments when the world stills and the noise fades. I am with you. When the laughter ceases, and no voice echoes in the room, I remain. You wonder where I am when silence surrounds you. But it is there, in that very silence, that I draw near. You have searched for me in the loud victories, in the answered prayers, in the open doors and the sunlit days. And yes, I was there, but you did not know that I am just as present in the quiet hour, in the shadows of stillness. In the breathless hush of waiting, I speak not only with thunder and wind, but also with whispers too soft for the hurried heart to hear. Do not be afraid of silence. It is not the absence of my love, but the cradle of it. In silence, I prepare your heart to listen. In silence, I mend what words cannot reach. In silence, I lay my hand upon the weary parts of your soul, and I restore what the world has worn thin. When the silence stretches long and heavy, you may feel forgotten, but child, I have not turned away. I have simply turned down the volume of the world so you can hear the rhythm of my love. Every heartbeat you feel is the echo of my faithfulness. Every breath you take is evidence that my spirit is sustaining you. You ask, why do you seem distant, Lord? But I ask you, have you noticed how deeply I am woven into the silence? How I linger there without a need for grand entrance or display. I am not far. I am closer than the stillness itself. I am the stillness. When you cry out and there is no reply, do not believe that I am unmoved. My silence is not indifference, it is invitation. Invitation to draw near, to pause long enough to find me not in the signs, not in the solutions, but in the simple knowing that I am here. There are things I can only teach you in the quiet. There are depths I can only reveal when the distractions are stripped away. And so, sometimes I will wait with you in the silence. Not because I am hiding, but because I am building. Building trust, building resilience, building a love in you that does not depend on circumstance, but on me alone. If the silence has made you question your worth, remember this. I do not speak because you have failed. I speak because you are mine. And even when I am silent, my presence has never left. You are still held, still seen, still pursued. So rest, beloved. Breathe deep in the quiet. Let your spirit lean into me. For though the world may not understand, I am teaching you a new language, the language of stillness. And in that sacred silence, I will whisper truths too holy for noise to carry. In the stillness, I wrap my arms around your uncertainty. In the silence, I anoint your hidden wounds. In the hush, I lift your eyes to me, and remind you that even when you hear nothing, you are not alone, for I am with you in the silence. Let the silence become your sanctuary instead of your fear. Let it be the holy ground where you no longer strive, but simply receive, for you were never meant to carry your burdens through constant movement. Sometimes, the most powerful battles are won in stillness, when you choose to trust even when you cannot hear. Think of the night sky. It is silent, yet glorious. You do not hear the stars sing, yet their presence fills the heavens with beauty. So it is with me. You may not hear my voice, but my glory is above you. My hand is upon you, and my spirit rests within you. Remember Elijah, my servant. He sought me in the wind, in the earthquake, and in the fire, but I was not in any of them. I came to him in a gentle whisper, a still small voice. Do not miss me because you expected something louder. I am whispering even now. Within the silence of your heart, you say, I feel empty. But I tell you, the emptiness is not abandonment, it is preparation. I empty the vessel so I can fill it anew. I let the silence cleanse the noise of false identity, so that what remains is truth. I let the silence strip the expectations of others so that what remains is me. Let me sanctify the silence for you. Let it become sacred. Let it become the space where we meet, not in performance, not in striving, but in deep presence. When you do not know what to say nothing. Just sit with me. Just be. That is enough. When you cannot pray, let your silence be your prayer. When your tears fall wordless on your pillow, they speak volumes to me. When you feel frozen by grief or fear, know that my love is still moving on your behalf. For I am not confined to words, I move in the silence. 2. Many have feared silence because they've filled it with their own accusations. They've taken my quietness as rejection. But I am not like man. My silence is never a punishment. It is a pause for healing. A moment to awaken the soul. A space where I hold your face gently and remind you, you are mine. There is a knowing that surpasses words. There is a peace that outlives explanation. This is what I give you in the silence. Not answers, but assurance. Not volume, but vision. Not control, but communion. You may long for a sign, but I offer you something deeper, my presence. You may beg for a solution, but I offer you something stronger, my hand in yours. Silence may be uncomfortable, but it is not empty. It is filled with me. So do not rush to fill what I have emptied. Do not fear the quiet places, for I dwell in them. And when the time comes, my voice will speak again. But until then, know that my silence is still love, still protection, still active with grace. And if this message has comforted your spirit, if it has reminded you of the peace I give even in the quiet, I gently invite you to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Let these words reach others who wait in silence too, so they may remember they are not alone. You are not alone. Let us continue now, in the stillness, where the loudest truths are whispered in love. Even now, I am moving in the depths of you where no words reach. The silence is not a void. It is a veil I gently pull back to show you what has always been true. That I am not found merely in the miracle, but in the quiet miracle of you still standing, still breathing, still hoping. When the noise of the world fades and the applause ceases, I am still here. I do not need your performance to be near. I do not measure your value by your output. I cherish you simply because you are mine. And when all else grows dim, it is my light that fills the room. There are sacred things growing in you beneath the surface. Do not despise the slow seasons. Do not fear the hush of transition. Even when nothing appears to move, I am at work in the unseen places. The seed does not shout as it grows beneath the soil. And yet one day, it breaks the ground with strength. So too will you. Do not look to the noise of others for confirmation. Let my whisper be your anchor. Let my silence become your secret strength. The world may rush, but I do not. I am not late. I am precise. And when I choose to be silent, it is not because I have forgotten you. It is because I am forming something eternal in you. You have not been passed over. You have been set apart. And silence is often my shield for the sacred things. I hide what I am building in you because it is not yet time for the unveiling. But soon, child, you will see why I called you to wait with me in the quiet. There is no wasted moment in my presence. Every second of silence spent with me becomes a foundation stone in the cathedral of your soul. You are learning to walk not by what you hear, but by what you trust. You are learning that my voice is not bound by volume. I do not need to shout to prove I am near. And when you ache to hear me, when you stretch your soul to touch the divine and only find stillness, do not despair. That very hunger is a gift. It pulls you closer. It purifies your desire. It prepares your heart to treasure me above the noise. Sometimes, I remove the sound to restore your sight. Sometimes, I quiet the world so you can finally hear what your spirit has known all along, that you are never abandoned, never forgotten, never out of reach. So hold on to me, not because you feel me, but because you believe me. Hold on to my promises, not because they are loud, but because they are true. I do not change with the seasons. I am faithful in the silence as much as in the storm. Let the silence teach you what noise never could. Let it unveil the patience, the strength, the hope that has been buried beneath your striving. Let it become a sacred place where our hearts meet without needing to speak. And when you emerge, you will carry a stillness that the world cannot shake. You will walk with a peace that no storm can steal. You will speak with a voice that has been refined by fire and quiet. And it will echo with authority because it was forged in my presence. This is the beauty of the silence. It is not your enemy. It is my classroom. It is the sanctuary where I whisper identity, purpose, healing, In destiny, listen not with your ears, but with your heart, and know, I am still here. Do not measure my presence by your emotions. Your feelings are waves, shifting with the tides, but I am the shore, unchanging, steady, holding you. You may feel alone, but faith is not built on feeling. It is formed in the stillness where you choose to believe even when your heart trembles. The silence is not a punishment, it is a preparation. I am preparing you for the day when my voice will roar again. But you will carry the quiet confidence of one who has already heard me in the silence. You will not need outward signs to know I am God. You will walk by a faith that no noise can distract. You have wondered if I have gone quiet because you've done something wrong. But hear this. My silence does not accuse, it invites. It invites you into deeper trust, into communion without performance, into intimacy without words. It is my way of drawing you deeper into the unseen. Think of Moses on the mountain. For 40 days, I said nothing, and yet I was writing my covenant with my own finger. Do not mistake my silence for inactivity. I am always working, always moving, even when you cannot trace me. You have prayed and waited, prayed and wept, prayed and heard nothing, but I have collected every word, every tear. I am the God who remembers, the God who never sleeps, the God who hears even the cries you cannot speak aloud. When you lay awake at night with questions, I am not absent. I am hovering over you like a father watching his child dream. My silence does not mean I've left. It means I am near in a way that transcends language. You want answers, but I offer you something richer, revelation. Answers come and go, but revelation changes your being. And often, I deliver it in silence, where you finally stop listening for noise and start listening for me. Let silence become your place of peace. Let it be the sacred pause before the next season. Let it be the womb where new life forms in the dark. For what I am birthing in you cannot be rushed. It is holy, and holiness often comes wrapped in stillness. Do not fear this season. Embrace it. Let it teach you to rest in me. Let it teach you that your worth is not in doing but in being. That your identity is not in noise but in knowing. Knowing that you belong to me. When the noise returns, and it will, you will carry the quiet within you. You will speak with a voice forged in faith. You will love with a heart made whole in silence. And you will know, with unshakable certainty, that I was always with you. So return to the silence. Not as one who has been abandoned, but as one who has been invited. Come back to the quiet, not with fear, but with expectancy. For I am there, waiting, arms open, whispering truths too deep for sound. I am with you in the silence. And that truth is louder than any noise this world can offer. And even if the silence lasts longer than you expected, let it stretch you, not shatter you. Let it shape you into someone who knows how to wait, how to trust, how to find beauty in the unseen. The world may not understand your stillness, but I do. I am the one who called you into it. You are not forgotten in this quiet. You are being found, in a deeper way than before. You are being found in the hiddenness of my heart. You are learning to love me not for what I give, but for who I am. And that, beloved, is the most sacred transformation. Silence makes space for surrender. And surrender makes space for miracles. Some of the greatest breakthroughs are born in the places where you finally let go. Where you stop begging and start believing. I honor those moments. I dwell in those moments. So even when you feel the ache of not knowing, rest in the greater truth, that I know you. That I have written your name on the palm of my hand. That your story is still unfolding. And I hold the pen. Let the silence turn your eyes upward, not inward. Let it be the doorway, not the dead end. Sometimes, I withhold the sound so you can see the sign. A door gently closing, a new path softly opening, a peace that has no cause. These are my signatures, and they are often written in quietness. Do not miss them by straining to hear a voice you already carry within. You do not need to perform to keep me close. I was near before you ever spoke. I loved you before your first prayer. I chose you before the silence began. And I will remain long after it ends. Let the silence be the holy ground where you remove your shoes. where you lay down your questions and lift up your hands. You may not always understand my ways, but I ask you to trust my heart. It is for you. It is always for you. Even Jesus knew silence. In the garden, in the desert, on the cross. There were moments where the heavens were still. And yet my plan was unfolding with every breath. If my son endured holy silence, so can you. For what awaits on the other side is resurrection. This silence you walk through is not forever, but it is for now. And it is doing a work in you that will echo for eternity. So stay close. Let the quiet do its work. And know, beyond doubt, that I am nearer than the silence itself. You are learning to carry my presence without depending on signs. You are learning to recognize me in the stillness. You are learning to walk by faith and not by sound. And I am proud of you. Rest now. Trust now. Let the silence minister to you like a river, flowing gently over the stones of your soul. It smooths the rough places. It softens the hardened parts. It prepares you to flow with me. And when my voice returns, you will hear it differently. You will not only listen, you will receive. You will not only hear, you will obey. Because the silence taught you how to truly know me. And that is the treasure. That is the reward. Not noise, not comfort, not quick answers, but communion. Deep, abiding, soul-healing communion. The kind that only grows in silence. So linger here with me a little longer. Let your heart beat in rhythm with mine. Let the silence be the proof that you are listening, even when nothing is said. For I am with you. In every breath, in every quiet tear, in every moment of stillness. I have never left. You've searched for me in the sound of others, voices preaching, songs soaring, words flowing like rivers, and I have spoken there. Yes, but there comes a time when I quiet the external so you can hear me within. I am not bound to pulpits or pages. I dwell also in the pause. The silence, though uncomfortable, becomes the proving ground of your trust. When everything else fades and you are left with the unspoken, you learn that faith is not built in volume but in the unseen. Blessed are those who believe and have not heard. There is power in this place of stillness. Not the kind the world chases, loud and showy, but the kind that roots deep, grows slowly, and cannot be shaken. You are being planted in silence so you can bear fruit in season. Do not dig up what I have planted just because it is not yet blooming. You've wondered if you've missed me. If somehow, in your pain or distraction, you've lost my presence, but you cannot lose what you did not earn. I gave myself to you freely. I abide, even when you cannot perceive me. My nearness is not a reward, it is a promise. Do not mistake numbness for my absence. Even when you feel nothing, I am still everything. Even when your soul feels mute, I am still speaking. Even when your heart feels dry, I am still the living water flowing underneath. This season of silence is forming the bedrock of your calling. You are not merely surviving it, you are being shaped by it. Trust what I am doing in the unseen. Trust that I am not wasting your waiting. Think of the caterpillar, hidden in the chrysalis. To the outside world, it looks like stillness, but inside, a miracle unfolds. What was once earth-bound begins to grow wings. And when it emerges, it carries a new identity, transformed, radiant, and free. This, too, is what I am doing in you. You are not stuck. You are being formed. And soon, what has been growing in the silence will break forth in light. But until that moment, let the hush be your teacher. Let the stillness be your sacred place. You are learning to love me not just for my gifts but for my presence. You are learning that worship is not only a song, but a posture of surrender. You are learning that even when I say nothing, I am still saying, I love you. The world may rush past you, but I am not in a hurry. I am walking with you slowly, intentionally, one quiet step at a time. And I delight in every moment we share, even the silent ones. This is not wasted time. This is anointed time. Time when your roots go deeper. Time when your soul rests from striving. Time when my spirit breathes life into places that performance cannot touch. So come away with me again. Into the quiet. Into the holy. Into the unseen. Let me hold you. Not because of what you do, but because of who you are. My child, my delight, my beloved. And when the day comes that you speak again, your words will carry the authority of one who has sat in silence with God. They will drip with the oil of intimacy. They will carry the weight of heaven, because they were born in the stillness of my heart. This is what I want for you. Not noise, not busyness, but union, deep, quiet, lasting union. For it is in the silence that I mold you into one who walks not just for me, but with me. Remain here with me, just a little longer. For in the silence, I am doing my greatest work. Let this stillness be your sanctuary. Let it be the resting place for your weary heart. You have labored long, cried deep, and waited faithfully, and in this silence, I cradle your soul. I am not just watching. I am tending. I am healing what you didn't know was broken. Your prayers have not been lost in the quiet. They are seeds in my garden, and I water them with my own hand. In time, they will bloom. In time, you will see. But for now, I ask you to rest. To trust that the gardener knows what he is doing. There is no wasted obedience. Every time you said yes in the silence, it echoed in eternity. Every time you stayed when you could have run, gave when you could have withheld, worshipped when you could have walked away, I saw it all. I received it all. And I am pleased. I know the silence has stretched you. I know it has drawn tears you didn't expect, doubts you were afraid to name. But it has also drawn out gold from your spirit, patience, humility, surrender. These are treasures the world cannot give, and you have found them in me. Let them be your anchor. When the world tells you that silence is emptiness, you will know the truth. It is fullness, full of me, full of grace, full of things too deep for words. Do not be afraid of what others may not understand. Your walk with me is personal, sacred, and uniquely yours. You do not have to explain the silence. Just live the fruit it produces. Let your peace be the testimony. Let your joy be the evidence. I am not silent because I am far. I am silent because I am near enough to speak without words. I am within you. I am around you. I am for you. Let the silence be the place where your identity is carved. Not by the approval of others. Not by the volume of response, but by the quiet carving of my truth into your soul. You are loved. You are chosen. You are enough, not because you are loud, but because I am present. There will come a time when your voice will rise again, when your purpose will unfold with clarity, when your path will shine before you like the dawn. But until then, walk with me in the quiet. Lean into me in the waiting. For this season is not a detour, it is the foundation. I have not forgotten the promises I made. I am the keeper of covenant. I am the watcher over your life. And I will fulfill every word in its time. Until then, rest in the truth that I am with you. Even now, even here, even in the silence. Let the hush be your healing. Let the stillness be your strength. Let the quiet places become holy. Because I meet you there. Do not rush this. Do not despise this. For what I am doing in you now will be the oil that flows into every room you enter later. You are becoming, in this silence, a vessel of glory. And that, child, is worth the wait. You've learned to worship in the silence. And that is no small thing. You've learned to believe when you could not see, to trust when you could not feel. And that faith, refined in the quiet, is unshakable. It is the kind of faith that moves mountains not with noise, but with stillness. You are being transformed into someone who does not panic when the world grows quiet. Someone who carries my presence not because of what you hear, but because of what you know. And what you know now, deep, true, anchored, is that I am with you. When others run from the quiet, you will rest in it. When others demand signs, you will recall the whisper. You will become one who walks through storms with peace. Because the silence taught you who I am. I am the one who never leaves. The one who speaks without sound. The one who moves without motion. I am the God who inhabits stillness. And you have found me there. Let this be your strength. Let it steady you when life grows loud again. Let it anchor you when the waves return. For the silence was not empty, it was full of my voice. And now, that voice is part of you. You may not realize it yet, but the world will see. They will ask you how you endured, how you waited, how you kept peace when nothing made sense. And you will say, I met God in the silence. I learned to listen beyond the noise. This is your testimony, not just survival, but intimacy, not just endurance, but encounter, not just patience, but partnership. You walked through the quiet and found me waiting. And I will never stop being with you. Not in noise, not in chaos, not in silence. I am your constant. Now, return to this place whenever you need. Let it be your refuge. Let it be your reminder. And when others are afraid of stillness, lead them gently to me. Show them the way to peace not through words, but through presence. You have become a resting place for my spirit. You have become a carrier of quiet strength. And I will move through you. Not always with thunder, but with the same stillness that transformed you. You are not who you were. The silence has changed you. You are stronger, softer, braver. You carry wisdom not learned through speech, but through surrender. This is the work I have done, not in spite of the silence, but because of it. And now, child, go forth, not in fear, but in faith, not in striving, but in peace. For the silence did not break you, it built you. And wherever you go, remember this, I am still with you in the silence. And if ever you forget, if ever the noise of the world begins to drown out what the silence has taught you, come back to this quiet place. Come back to the stillness where you first remembered who you are. You are mine, chosen, cherished, never forsaken. Let the silence be your altar. Let it be where you lay down fear and pick up faith. Where you lay down your plans and lift your eyes to my ways. For I have not asked you to understand everything, I've asked you to walk with me. And in the silence, we walk as one. There is no fear in this place. No shame. Only the soft breath of heaven resting upon your soul. Only the presence of a God who is not rushed. Not angry. Not distant, but near. Near enough to be still. Near enough to simply be. And isn't that what you long for? Not more answers, but more awareness. Not more noise, but more knowing. Knowing that I am here. That you are not abandoned. That this silence is sacred. Do not fear what others cannot comprehend. Not everyone understands the journey through silence. But you do. You've walked it. You've been refined by it. And now, you carry a depth that cannot be shaken. Let your story be one of quiet strength. Let your faith be anchored in what was whispered, not what was shouted. Let your joy be rooted in presence, not performance. This is the fruit of the silence. This is the gift. Even now, I am still speaking, just not always in the ways you expect. I speak through a sunrise, through the rustle of leaves, through the rhythm of your breath, through the deep exhale when you finally let go. All of it, me, all of it, love. And when you return to the noise of life, do not leave the silence behind. Carry it with you. Let it live within you like a secret place, always accessible, always sacred, a place where you and I meet, again and again. For the silence was never about absence. It was always about invitation. An invitation into depth, into stillness, into the heart of God. You accepted that invitation, and I will honor it with my presence all the days of your life. Now breathe, beloved, rest, let the silence sing over you. Let it hold you like I do, gently, faithfully, endlessly. I am with you, always, even in the silence, even in the waiting. I am working, even in the stillness. I am speaking, even in the silence. I am healing you from the inside out. Let your heart remember the journey we have walked through these quiet hours. Let it treasure the truths that surfaced not in haste, but in holy stillness. You are no longer the same. You are being made new, not through noise, but through nearness. Silence has become the sanctuary where my love rewrote your fears, where my peace replaced your panic, where my truth unraveled every lie spoken in the dark. You have learned to listen not only with ears, but with spirit. This is your inheritance now. To walk in peace when the world rages. To speak softly because your voice carries the stillness of heaven. To be an anchor for others, not with answers, but with presence. You no longer need to chase signs. You no longer need to fill every gap with noise. You know who you are. And more importantly, you know whose you are. I am the God who stills the storm with a word. But I am also the God who stills your soul without a sound. I am the calm within you, the steady in your steps, the whisper in your wilderness. You've learned to find me not just on the mountaintop, but in the valley, not just in breakthrough, but in the in-between. And that wisdom will walk with you all your days. So now, go forth with stillness inside. Let it guide you, let it root you, let it comfort you when the world becomes loud again. And when others ask where your peace comes from, you will tell them, I met God in the silence. And I was never the same. You are ready now, ready to walk with me in every season, ready to trust even when I do not speak, ready to carry the quiet of heaven into every room you enter. Let the silence remain your sacred place, a place not of fear, but of fullness, a place where my voice is no longer separate from your heartbeat. Where my presence is not something you seek, but something you carry, for I am with you. In joy, in pain, in stillness, in noise, in all things, even now, even here, even in the silence, forever. And when the silence returns again, and it will, for every soul must pass through quiet seasons, you will not fear it. You will welcome it. You will sit in the stillness not as a stranger, but as one who knows the language of heaven. You will wait with me, not with anxiety, but with assurance. For you have come to understand what many never do, that silence is not a pause in our relationship. It is a deepening. It is a layer beneath the words, where spirit meets spirit, and all things unnecessary fall away. So if ever you forget what we've shared in this sacred hush, if ever you are tempted to believe I have gone quiet again, return here, reread these words, let them be the echo of my heart in your own. Let them stir your memory and awaken your trust. For I am not finished with you. This silence was not the end, it was the beginning. It was the place where I rebuilt you from the inside out. And now, you are ready to walk in stillness and speak from wholeness. Take this peace with you. Carry it into every conversation, every decision, every doubt. Let it remind you that no matter what you feel, I am still here. I have not left. I never will. I am with you, even in the silence. So rest now, beloved. Rest in what we have built together here in the stillness. The silence has become your sanctuary. And in it, you have found me, not in the thunder, not in the fire, but in the gentle whisper. You are not who you were before the quiet came. You have been softened, strengthened, and made whole. You have been prepared to live not just with faith, but with intimacy, not just with purpose, but with peace. And wherever life takes you next, whether into noise or stillness, joy or sorrow, you will walk with the knowing that I am yours, and you are mine, forever, even in the silence. And that is enough, for I am with you, now and always. Let your soul rest in that truth, completely, quietly, eternally.